What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kyle Vincent Terry. I am an actor, lover, dancer, star of both stage and screen. Okay, guest star and co-star, but shut the fuck up about it. I'm working on it. All around good guy, depending on who you ask. Born and raised in the city of Chicago, the Windy City, the second city, city of big shoulders, the White City. By a single mother, an ex-con father, as well as my bonus mom. And did you know that I'm privileged? I was privileged enough to learn how to take public transportation when I was 8 years old. I was also privileged enough to have a father follow me around on public transportation for the first 2 weeks just to make sure that I was safe. Privileged enough to have parents who sent me to the best schools. I was privileged enough to have jobs when I was young. And sometimes I acted privileged enough to still get fired. I was privileged enough to grow up in a home where even if we didn't have enough money to keep the lights cut on, we had enough ingenuity to steal that electricity from the hallway. Privileged enough to be allowed to play sports. Privileged enough to be allowed to try theater. Also privileged enough to not have parents call me a if I did. Some guys still did call me a but you know what? I was privileged enough to not be raised homophobic. So I was privileged enough to have parents instill lessons in me that would carry me through my lifetime. Privileged enough to have parents tell me things like, you know what? I'm certain that's happened to somebody before. What did they do? If you never go, they'll never have to deal with you. It's a soft ass that can't take a whooping. I don't know. Go look it up. Don't ever let anybody pigeonhole you. Bullshit about nothing. A wise man will change. A fool never. While other people were busy finding Waldo, I was privileged enough to have to figure out who Willie Lump Lump and Boo Boo the Fool are. Black people, you know what I'm talking about. And I was privileged enough to have the opportunity to figure out that yes, indeed, fat meat is greasy. I was privileged enough to have parents teach me all of this. I was privileged enough to have parents, plural, and a bonus mom. And my parents are great, but I was privileged enough to be raised by a village. I was privileged enough to be cared for by people who didn't think that love was a privilege, but a right. People who saw something in me and wanted to nurture that. People who invested in me. I was also privileged enough to be raised to know that support, care, concern, shelter, food, a cozy hug, a hot meal, a warm bed, a cold drink of water when you're thirsty, that these shouldn't be privileges. Now, it just so happens that this is not a privilege that everybody enjoys. Every year, 2 million young people will live through a period of homelessness. 20,000 people will age out of foster care, and 40% of those will go on to be homeless as well. They'll face things like lack of education, a lack of life skills, negative influence, and predators. Since 1972, Covenant House has been providing aid, resources, shelter, a continuum of care, as well as advocacy for America's homeless, trafficked, and abused teens. This nonprofit organization has offices in 30 cities across the Americas, and they've helped young people to the tune of over 40,000 a year. Now, on August 21st, 2017, myself and other members of the New York theater community will participate in Broadway Sleeps Out. I happen to be on Team Othello. For the night, we'll all sleep outside as a means of developing awareness and increasing visibility of this fantastic organization. Below, you'll find a link to my profile page. Any donation, big or small, is greatly appreciated. I know for a fact that these donations are going to a good place with a fantastic track record. With all the work that Covenant House does, it is important to note that we cannot do the work without you. Now, I know it's summertime, people go on vacation. A lot of people don't necessarily have a ton of cash lying around. But any donation you can give would be greatly appreciated. And you know what? If you can't donate, please just share this video with your circle of friends. Now, I like to think we're all good people and we all simply want to do good for the sake of doing good. But should you need further incentive, I've created some fantastic ways of saying thank you for you. From the kindness of my heart, I am a lover. If you should feel gracious enough to donate $25, I shall create a short video where I do a flip and thank you for your donation. I will be sure to post this publicly as to keep this all above board. I'll be making sure that I send it out to my Facebook, my Instagram, my Vimeo, to my Twitter feed, my Friendster, my Napster, my Hotmail, my AOL account, and my MySpace if I can remember the password. Just so you know, I'm willing to do many kinds of flips. Could be a backflip, could be a side flip, could be a hair flip, could be a Flip Saunders. Or a backflip Saunders. Could be a Flip Wilson. If you're feeling even more generous, for a donation of $50 and above, I'll make a 1-minute personalized rap for you and post it to my Instagram feed. Hell, I'll post it to your Instagram feed. Now, if you're wondering how many bars 1 minute is, but neither does any rapper, so who cares? For a gift of $100, I will create an 8x8 drawing for you, signed by me, with a hearty thank you from Team Othello on the back. You'll also still get a rap, by the way. For $150, you'll get your rap video, a flip video, and a personalized 8.5x11 portrait of whomever you like. It could be you, it could be your pet, it could be me, it could be Wolverine, it could be Madeleine Albright. The sky's the limit. And for anybody willing to go above and beyond and donate over $300, you'll get both videos, plus an 11x14 individually drawn bridge troll. Anybody who knows me knows I'm really into drawing trolls right now. This is as much an incentive for me to keep creating as it is for you to keep giving. Now, of course, this would just be me saying thank you to you. This is not you buying anything, and any donation you give is tax deductible. Again, please check the link below. I know we live in a time where everybody's worried about our future. Well, the simple fact is most of you are over 25, so your brains have stopped developing. No, I was taught to believe that as an actor, it's my job to use my charm, to tell the stories of those who often go unheard. Now I'm happy to keep spitting into the void because, hey, it's in my nature. But sometimes it's good to hear an echo back, and anything you give will at least help these children know they're not alone. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your day, and click below. And thanks in advance. Peace.